This is 12 plays from Kingsley and Josh Simmons, and so we're gonna find out if Kingsley did a good job on Saturday, JD.
So I tell you what, man, I watched this film. All their plays. Got a little bit of the second half for some of the guys out here, and so for me, I think they did a pretty decent job. And what I did, Marcus, I actually went back. Okay, Pono had made a comment. Pono, and I appreciate you so much. Was talking about it. Oh, everybody's talking about Kingsley and how he did against Denver last year, and put him on a pedestal. And I think it takes context. For one, I went and I watched his stance. I watched his leverage. I watched if he gotten better from where he was last year to where he is this year, at least for this small sample size. And he has. He absolutely has. And he was going against Zach Allen, which is probably arguably one of the top defensive tackles in the league, up and comer. And he did a good job. I think when he first got out there, Zach took him to task, like got right by him. It was just like, oh. But what I tell you where the difference where he has gotten better. Let me start there. Okay. What you see from him now is he's starting to develop understanding getting lower. Okay. When you're a tackle, if you're 6'5", most tackles will play at 6'5" to 6'6", 6'3" if they can. But at guard, you got to stay low. It's all about leverage. It's all about punch. It's all about power, moving their feet. Where he's sitting and rocking back where he was last year is much better. His stance is much better. Last year, he was kind of sitting back on his heels a little bit. And he was, without a doubt, like almost backpedaling, if you will. But because he's strong, he was able to kind of at least catch guys and stay in front of them. And so he has gotten better on that. And I know they had to work on as far as what his weight distribution looks like also too. Now, for me, I would like his weight distribution still to be a little bit more, see his feet straddles just a tad. But I think right here, he's pretty decent. He looks pretty balanced. And it all depends on if you're running or pass blocking. Okay. So this is good strike right here. What I love about it also too is he's changed his position from where he is. Last year when he sat back off the center, about 2 yards. Now he's kind of crowding the ball a little bit, which is perfect because I think especially there at guard, you got to get your hands on a guy immediately. Or if you don't, you got to make sure you're able to recover. So go ahead, Marcus. All right, I ain't going to talk everybody to death, but I just want everybody to kind of see.
No, so good stuff, JD.
And also what you see here too, our guys, our big boys up front are absolutely built for run. They are. This is what they can do really well. They can really get on people and move bodies. Okay. They do a great job of going hip to hip symmetry. Look at that. I mean, look at Josh Simmons. These are two young guys. Watch them click. They're not fighting against each other. This is a zone. This is RPO. Okay. But the way they're zoning and looking, look at that. This textbook. That's textbook. They're moving this guy. If we want to give the ball to Pacheco right here, we can. The reason we're not giving it to him, Marcus, is because the count in the box. It's usually RPOs. If you see more than 6, you're throwing the ball. That's how RPOs work. Okay. It's pretty much kind of your rule. All right. But it's pretty much on Pat if he wants to run it, if he feels. But we got safeties down here in the box. We are completely outnumbered. Okay. We are. So this is why we're throwing this football. Tyquan Thornton, when I look initially running it around, I'm like, man, that's kind of a bad route. But the dude grabbed him. So he can still help him out. He'll help himself out on this throw. But I tell you, man, who's ready? You see that joker right there, 15? he is ready to play. He is ready to play this year. I'm telling you, he is laser focused and putting the ball exactly where they need to be. But same thing with Creed and Trey. Look at that. That double team going up to the second level. This is textbook. This is absolutely perfect. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. Same thing with Trav, gets number 5. I mean, this is good play. Pacheco looked good running the ball. All our backs look good. Let me say that too. All the running backs look good.
They did.
Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, Elijah Mitchell, Brashard Smith. I mean, he got a little bit, but what you gonna get toward that end? Thor looked good running daggone football.
Yeah. No, they all look great.
Yeah.
I think I saw someone say in comments earlier saying that Eli Mitchell didn't look good just based on his box score. It's like if you watched him, you look great out there. Yeah, you got people didn't watch the game. So you just look at box score numbers.
Listen, man. Look, I know it. Right. You'll see what you want to see, right? Box scores. Okay, there we go. Oh, you have a good game, man. Watch the tape. So you look good. Very impressive. Okay.
So JD, a lot of people have noticed, and they were big fans of Josh Simmons' stance. What did you make of Josh Simmons' stance? I think a lot of people were just they said, I guess we're not familiar with that kind of stance that he had, but what do you think about it?
No, I mean, if it works for him, well, I ain't got no problem with it. I mean, to me, he's kicking out, so he's already ready. He's ready to engage. And if it's helping him get out faster, shoot, hey, if he likes it, I love it. And he's effective. So I ain't no problem with it. Look at that kick. I mean, he's exactly where he needs the ball by Pat. Good catch by Brownlee.
That was a beauty, man.
Mm-hmm. So this one right here, okay, this is where he got too high. But also, too, he overcommitted. He overcommitted with, so go back. So he sees here, he knows he's got 2. If 2 comes, he's got him as well. So he's helping Creed out. Okay, this is just a count. All right. But he turns his shoulders. So when he turns his shoulders, his body gets relatively high. That's what ends up happening. Right. So immediately when he does like that, gets the other hand on him, okay, he's got to turn back. So look at that foot still off the ground. So when he turns back, 2 just catches him because now look how high he is. Look how high he is. Now look at him relatively to, okay, tackle on our right tackle, okay, Jalen Moore. He's high as he is. Look at Josh Simmons. Look how short he is, okay? That's leverage. That's all leverage is. So when he's pushing that, he's coming back, he got too high and he's off balance. So 2 just runs straight at him and just pushes him. But this is where he has to work on it. This is where he has to work when he's actually did a video. When he's sitting over here, okay, all right, when he turns, he's got to turn with power, all right? He can't be high. He turns, overcommits, he comes back this way, he's too high. That's all it is. So when he comes back, he opens up and he's off balance, but he's too high. So even if he goes 2 hands, he's looking at that guy, all right? He's got to come back with power, stay low. Being like this balance down here, that's his friend. It's leverage. Down here is your friend. It's leverage. This is where all your power is. This is where you can reinsert, refit, get your hands in. So for him, he just high. He just caught him on balance. But those are things you have to talk about. You got to work with him. And so he'll get it. Shoot. But hey, man, there's been plenty of guys got caught like that. Right? They ain't no different. So coach him up on it. That's what we'll do. All right. Go ahead, Marcus. He just got to be more stout. It's a stout punch. Stout. Boom. There's no punch there. See how I stay low? There's no stoutness. You're retreating. and you're retreating, you're trying to catch to a guy that's coming at you full speed, you're going to lose that.
So a lot of people said here, if you watch closely, him falling is him tripping up with Creed Humphrey. It wasn't about him getting knocked off his alignment.
I mean, I don't see that. I don't see that.
Neither do I.
No, and I think, to be honest with you, just initially, if he's coming back, he's seeing, two coming there with power. Like, you got to come back with bad intentions. Right here, he should smack two. He's waiting on two to come to him, and he should immediately come with bad intentions on two and be more physical. You see that? He's catching it, and his feet got narrow because he's turning. But the thing is, Marcus, like I said before, if you stay low, you turn back with power, and when you come, swing your hips, but stay low when you swing your hips.
Yeah, it's like he's waiting for him to get there.
Yeah, he's off balance. Boom. So, yeah, can't have that. Much better. See how low he is? Now, see, he's still got to work on his levels, okay? Of not raising up. All right? It's just stepping with power. Two comes again. You see how he's a little bit lower, but two still up underneath him. So he still got to keep his hips low, stay low. Another thing, too, when he's pushing out, his feet get a little heavy. And I've seen that as it went on, like when they had that long drive. I mean, them jokers was tired. Hey, preseason. You get tired now, okay? Because you ain't had long drives. And so I watched all of them. Same thing, Josh Simmons here. Good. Now, right here, he's pushing back. He should already be ready to go and fire to hit 5. All right. I think once in his head, he gets to the point where he understands where he needs to punch, the timing of the punch, he's going to be fine. And so sometimes you'll wait for the guy to come in and try to initialize, putting his hands and working it for you to punch. Juan Castillo, who was a brilliant offensive line coach, he was up there with the Baltimore Ravens. He was sitting there doing some work, and I went up there to go see him and John. And me and Juan walked out there in practice. He said, JD, he said, man, what I'm teaching my tackles is take the guesswork out of the punch. You just punch 1, 2, 3 step punch. You just do that so you know already immediately to punch. And what guys do is defensively, they'll start fighting because they know the punch is coming. As soon as they see the punch, they're trying to get your hands down. But he has great position. That's what I love about Josh Simmons. He just has great position. Because he's so athletic, it's going to be hard to get around him. He's going to be able to fight. He's going to be able to recover. That in itself is a rare thing to have. That, gentlemen and ladies, is a talent and a blessing right there. He's able to just be able to move. I mean, daggone. He's got great feet. Best feet and tackles in the draft. No question about it.
100%.
Great test. Good. I'm trying to tell you, man, offensive line is built to run the football. We need to do more of it. I'm all for slinging the ball down the field, but man, we got to let these suckers up front eat and let them decimate the line. That way, when it comes fourth quarter, you take a lot out of them jokers, so they don't have no more speed rushing. Good punch. Initial, there you go. Good. Now he's got 91. Good. Look at Josh Simmons. That's it. That right there, just creating that from that draw. Like that's the space that you want to be able to create. Good. And Jalen Moore, same thing. Get a little high, get his legs moving a little bit. I would be scared. I'd be like, because Coach, hit me on something. Coach me up on something, man. I don't want no perfects. I don't want you know.
If we were doing our normal Monday morning tight end show where you grade during the season, what would you giving these guys?
I don't know. Just this front line, this first guys.
Yeah, the 12 reps, based on the 12 reps that they did.
B-. B. I think they did a good job. Things you got to work on to get up there, but I think they B- work for sure. Second coming of Trey Smith. Now, and Trey's getting better. Trey's working to get better. Trey will tell you he's not there. You know what I'm saying? I had a talk with Trey. Trey's like, hey, I'm just trying to get better. I said, man, you're doing it. And that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So Trey has gotten better. We expecting these guys that's there to get better also. And so they will. They'll get that. So, yeah, we're going to be good.
I do like the nastiness here from Kingsley. I
love it. That's what you want. He's a physical guy. Just got to remember, keep moving his feet, use leverage, deliver the punch. He's going to be fine. So right there, looks good. Jalen Moore kind of gets beat a little bit over here. I guess it looked like the tight end chipping, he helped him push him on the inside, right? So Garner's he's got a bail. I think when they gave him a holding call on Trey. So
yeah, those are the 12 plays there, JD.
That was it? Wow.
That's
okay.
All 12, yeah.
Wow, good. All right.
So with the whole Kingsley thing, that was something that was talked about today, that Caliendo's gotten some, I think today during the practice, they had Caliendo rotated in with the left guards as well today. That's something that's not a name we've really heard. So a lot of people are saying that maybe based on what we saw on Saturday, that's maybe why Caliendo's starting to get back in the rotation. I mean, it's still like when we talk about Saturday, it's still really early, so they're seeing what everyone's got.
Yeah, still early. And so we've seen Caliendo. We know what Caliendo could do. So this is, I mean, shoot, they're gonna get a rotation. Some guys are gonna be in first team, some gonna be second. No problem. No big deal. This is what this thing is, man. I mean, it's just true. This is the league. It's about performance. Pure and simple. And so what you can do is get a guy ready and coached up to get him to perform. These guys are going to be fine. And so Teron said, if we do not give up on Kingsley, I think week 5 or 6 will show a huge jump. I like him as our guard. I like him as a guard too. I'd say even maybe, I think he's well on his way to getting. He has gotten better. Like I said, I went back and evaluated him last year, the Denver game, and he's changed up a whole lot. He's starting to crowd the ball a little bit more. He's starting to stay a little bit lower leverage wise, and that's what he's got to work in his mind. Is just I gotta stay low with power all the time, and bring bad intentions. And so he's going to do that if he keep watching a little bit of like Joe Tooney film from last year, the past few years, he's going to learn a lot. He's going to learn a lot. And I'm sure he learned a little bit from Joe before Joe had left. Learning from Trey, all these guys. But that's the beauty of what we do, Marcus, is because we do have depth now on the line. We do have that. So
do you think this is something that kind of came to me after the game on Saturday? So I feel like obviously Simmons looked good Saturday night. But again, Simmons and I kind of talked about this before you came on, but Simmons is coming to a situation where we don't really have a left tackle. We haven't really had one for some time now. We had Tooney playing left tackle for us at the end of the season last year. So there really was no like shoes to fill. Whereas Kingsley is coming into a spot where Joe Tooney, who may have been one of the best left guards of the last 10 years, and we were spoiled to get Trey Smith be this dude from a 6th round pick from his rookie season. And now Kingsley's going into his position that he's never played before. And now people are kind of grading him on the scale of, oh, well, we had Joe Tooney and they're filling this spot. I feel like it's kind of unfair in a way where he's getting compared to a guy who is one of the best left guards of the last 15, 20 years in the NFL. and that he's new to his position. And now everyone's kind of like measuring him up to the Joe Tooney type of spot, where Josh Simmons doesn't really have that left tackle to really compare him to, because he's kind of coming to his spot where there was no one there before him.
I mean, do you think people are comparing him to Joe Tooney? I mean, I think I see what you're saying. Like, that's the barometer, right? Joe Tooney was the barometer, but that is unfair to almost any guard that plays, any left guard. Joe Tooney was one of the best left guards in the league, period, point blank. So, to put him in that level, and he's still growing, he's still developing, he's going to get there, where he's going to just get better and better and better. So, with that being said, it's all about patience. And I think Andy and those guys, they understand it. They understand what it takes to develop a young dude like King Suma, Jalen Moore, Caliendo. They know that. They understand it is taking patience. It is going to be growing pains. It's going to be all these different things with it. And so if you're sitting over saying, yeah, Joe Tooney was here for a number of years, well, shoot, he was graded out, was probably one of the best, in the past, ever since he was here. And before he got here, he was. So arguably the best left guard in the league.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then Josh Simmons, because I think him coming in surrounded by the hype, which is warranted. You're going to be looking at and evaluating him too. But I think he's a guy that can handle it. He's a dude that doesn't seem like he backs up off anything. He's worked his tail off, Marcus, to get here, to play now. I mean, we were sitting there talking about Jalen Moore might start the season because we didn't know that Josh Simmons was going to be ready, right? And we almost had a conversation when he first got here, like, hey, we don't care if he sits out this year. Some people were even saying, or maybe a portion of the season just to get him right. And what we're getting now, oh my gosh, we getting a treat right now.
Seriously.
Yeah. Geez, for him to recover to where he is right now, and then to put on the performance, hey man.
And on top of that, and I know I want to get into the PFF grade because I think it's just horse crap. But like, not only did he play, right? Because that was also like you said, there was a question of him even playing this year, maybe half the year. But on top of that, he didn't look like a guy who was rusty, who hasn't played in a long time, right? I mean, like, these other guys they played in January, February, whereas we haven't seen Josh Simmons since like October or November. So it's been a while for him, but he didn't look like a guy who was rusty at all. On top of, we might have not even seen him this year. So he looked great in that respect. But a PFF grade came out today. They gave him a 65. I mean, it's ridiculous. 65.7 overall was his rating. They gave him an 80 on his pass blocking.
Okay.
I mean, I think that just goes to show you that, man, that the PFF grades. I know we talk about them, but I mean, they're just like garbage, man.
Look, man, they got their system, how they measure and grade guys. That's fine. 65, fine. I think he looked well. He's graded 80 on pass protection. So that's great news. 80 on pass protection is great news. So the only one that matters, and I'll keep saying this again and again, is the coaches and the players in that room, in that organization. That's what matters. The voice that you hear from Andy Heck and Andy Reid, okay, Nagy and all those guys, those are the voices that matter. Those are the ones that's going to give you the grade for what they want you to do, okay? So, shoot, whatever. I mean, hey, they got their, like I said, their system of measuring. It's all right. We'll go with it.
To each their own. But Jenny, you mentioned Juan Castillo, and I think that's something that we haven't really discussed in the show. But like, Juan Castillo has been one of the guys who's been at training camp for the Chiefs, helping out with the offensive line.
Man, I thought I seen Juan out there, like on video.
Yeah, he's been there, so he's been helping out with creating this beast that we have on the left side now. And they also have, earlier on in the offseason, we had Mitchell Schwartz helping out too during minicamp and OTAs. So like the coaching and stuff that he's getting, it's like, I mean, he's getting, not only is he getting with Andy Reid and Andy Heck, but he's getting all these other guys, the Juan Castillos of the world, the Mitchell Schwartz of the world. I mean, he's getting a lot of a lot of knowledge, man. You were just talking about what Juan Castillo was doing in Baltimore, and like, you know, he was coming here to help out Josh Simmons. I mean, I think that's phenomenal stuff.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna call Juan up too. I love for him to get on the show, talk to him, man. And I thought I seen him. I said, man, that's Juan. I know that's Juan. I seen him on the video, and I said, look just like him. He wasn't up there when I was at training camp.
Okay.
Yeah, because we would immediately came up and you know, daggone, had a conversation. He was my tight ends coach for a year when I was in Philly also as well. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The connection runs deep there.
Deep, man. I'm trying to tell you, brother. Shoot. Wow. It'd be good to get him on the show and talk about what he sees in his progress and stuff like that. Because I thought about that a lot, you know, before I went up there. I'm like, man, I'm gonna call Juan up. So I'm gonna reach out to him. But Juan, I know his mindset to get a young guy like this ready with Andy Heck. They're in great hands. Put it that way. They're in great hands. These guys are going to get better just by knowing Juan is up there and you saying that, Marcus. I know they're going to get better.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.